Hello there, gang, and welcome to another episode of Displaying Model Behaviour, the Earth's mightiest action figure video podcast. So take off your pants, crack a beer, and let's talk toys. Let's talk about the Mafex Ben Reilly Sensational Spider-Man. Finally, it's in my hands, so let's talk about it. First of all, just the Mafex box is really pretty. If you haven't picked up or seen a Mafex before, they do some really lovely graphic design on here with the Spider-Man logo and the different images of the figure himself. Then, with all the product shots on the back showing the different ways it can be displayed and the beautiful kanji on there, which just makes it look sort of exclusive and international and kind of sexy, just like this show. So, let's crack him open and see how he looks. So as you can see, Ben Reilly comes with, I think, 7 different hands. He's got the unmasked head. He has the mask just like as a soft mask, which I really love that they include that. And then he's got some different feet which actually have magnets on as well. Magnets, bitch! So that's a really nice touch. And a whole bunch of webs, which I'll probably never use, but are great for photography if that's what you do. So let's take a look at him. So here is Ben Reilly out of the packaging, and there's something about Mafex where it just feels delicate, but also very well made. The thing is, no joints on the Mafex are stiff. Like, they're all not loose, they're just right. It's the Hansel and Gretel kind of effect here. Whereas with Marvel Legends, sometimes you get the wobble and the loosey-goosey, and other times you gotta, like, come on! Do this to try and get them to bend. Whereas with Mafex, you can feel like that's where the money's gone. Whatever the tooling, whatever the processes of making these figures, it's just like so smooth. And you're like, oh yeah, I appreciate that. And look at the kind of dynamic sort of articulation you can get going on here. Full on swinging through the air kind of poses. Really, if you're a photographer as well, your imagination is all that limits you. And what's lovely with these joints is, of course, there's no big pins sticking out or anything. There's nothing really obvious. I'm looking at you, Retro Spider-Man and Ben Reilly, with your big red pins. These ones, it's nice. The full blue is exactly that. Full blue, no big pins, really nice to see. And then, of course, just the detail, the line work. Hey! Remember when we used to actually get the lines actually painted on Spider-Man figures? I'm joshing, actually, most of them still are. I mean, gosh, beautiful. Where is he? I'll get him out later. But yeah, the sensational Spider-Man we just got from Marvel Legends. Chef kiss. Mwah! Gonna compare those two later. But yeah, no, that's got painted lines too. I'm just being a dick. But the fact that I can even make that joke means that Hasbro, you gotta do better. So yeah, this looks very, very pretty, and all the lines are actually sculpted in there as well, with the lovely big spider logo there too. I'm not gonna wax lyrical for too long because you can see it. You can see what I'm talking about. He has the toe articulation as well, and actually, if you want to be super kind of critical, of course you can see the pins. You can see the little silver pins in the toes, so it's not like invisible. But I mean, come on. So yeah, this is a nice looking Spider-Man with the big 90s eyes. That's what we love to see as well. That's such a nice touch. So let's do some head swaps and see what kind of poses we can get him in. Okay, you know what? Really, complete honesty, I was trying to do a like-for-like comparison with this maskless Ben Reilly and this maskless Ben Reilly, both of them holding their masks, recreating this classic comic cover that I really enjoy. I thought this guy would be better at it because he actually comes with a soft mask. Not a soft goods mask, but you know what I mean, like an unworn mask. His hands can't grip it, which is really frustrating because on the box you can clearly see him gripping his mask. And look, I can see that there are actually little not even holes, but little dents in the mask, and he has these hands that have teeny tiny little pegs, which it would make sense that you can put the mask in the peg so he can hold it. Doesn't hold. It just doesn't. The hole's too big or too shallow. He can't hold his mask. So this is a nice little accessory that I just spent 10 minutes trying to get him to hold, and he can't do it. So actually, Marvel Legends Ben Reilly, you win the mask holding right there. I mean, it's not a perfect recreation of what I was going for, but still, it's better than what I could do with Mafex, where you just can't hold the mask. It's a annoying little gripe, but it's something to kind of bear in mind. That, like, honestly, if you can get your Ben Reilly to hold the mask, send me a picture of it on Instagram and be like, dumbass, you do it like this. But honestly, I can't. I can see little holes, but they don't. It doesn't stick. I've tried all the different hands, all the different grips. He ain't holding that mask. Just a little bit of a shame there. Then also, with the unmasked face, it's not fair to do a which figure is better because this head does not come with this Ben Reilly. I pilfered this from my retro Scarlet Spider. So I'm not saying that like this is better because of it, because he doesn't come with that. But also this unmasked head, I feels like a bit of a sort of a porcelain kind of. I don't feel much humanity to this face. He looks almost too pristine, too modelish. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of this unmasked face. So I thought that when I saw the original pictures of the figure, I was like, I don't know about that masked head. It looks like too much of a perfect blank cover model, sort of, airbrushed beautiful person. And it's like, that's not really Ben Reilly. I'm not digging that. So I probably wouldn't display him with that unmasked head there, because I'm just not feeling it. So yeah, for me, the big, wide 90s eyes are the way to go. Although the smaller eyelets with a more sinister kind of spider-type lens, that does look really cool. I dig that. But still, the fact that the Marvel Legends one only has the small eyes from like the retro mask, real missed opportunity there, Hasbro. I'm gonna make sure that I display this guy with the biggest, widest 90s eyes that you can find. And essentially, that's it for my kind of Spider-Man review. I don't want to linger on this too long because kind of, you get it. I found a lot of reviews that kind of outstay their welcome a little bit. I'm not gonna do that. You can get him in all kinds of beautiful, crazy poses, and that's really, really cool. I do like this figure, but I also feel like this is where Mafex, I'm thinking, if it's not containing sort of any incredible power effects or some nice soft goods or something, then I think, like, do I need that instead of the Marvel Legend, considering that this costs a fraction of the price of this? Again, I'm saying, just because something is high-end, doesn't mean it's better. It might mean it's maybe some better materials or something, but when you're just looking at it on a shelf, I like the fact that this guy is slightly bigger, slightly bulkier. This still scales perfectly with Marvel Legends. However, it's not like necessarily the best because of his extra articulation and stuff. I feel like he's a little bit spindly in places. I'm just not 100% down for this. I like him. He's Ben Reilly. Of course, I'm gonna have him and I'm gonna appreciate him and enjoy him, and I do. And he's probably gonna look amazing in some good photos as well. I do love the amount of articulation you get with the torso and the hips and the waist and all that kind of thing. So you can put him in some really fun poses. But on the whole, I think that I like the uniformity with the Marvel Legends, and this is really, really pretty. So if I could only keep one, I don't know. I probably would keep this one because it is a more high-end figure. But still, just kudos to Legends, because this stands up really nicely. But then again, I'm being swayed a bit because he's got the unmasked head, which the figure doesn't actually come with. So still, even just actually holding him in this position, he does look kind of cool. I think if you play around with him so much, you've got so many different hands and accessories to mess around with, and the webs as well. The posing options are endless. So on the whole, he's a good figure, but he's not like, oh my god, this is great. Would he have made my top 10 if I'd got him in time last year? Possibly not. That's the thing. It's interesting. Just because I love the character doesn't mean I'm going to blindly just say, oh, everything with him is amazing. So yeah, it's a good figure. I'm happy that I've got him. Am I over the moon? Nah, I'm just as satisfied as I probably thought I was going to be. And folks, that does it for my Ben Reilly Spider-Man review. I think some of you might be surprised that I wasn't like gushing over him, but I'm trying not to be too biased with like, oh, it's Ben Reilly, so of course it's the most amazing figure ever. No, trying to actually be like a decent reviewer. I know, it's bonkers to even attempt it. Thanks very much for watching. If you want to support the channel, you can do by getting a YouTube membership, going over to patreon.com, or picking up one of these snazzy t-shirts. Links in the description below. But guys, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, keep displaying model behavior. Hello there, gang, and welcome to another episode of... Just gotta warm up my mouth a little bit. Me, moo, moo. The Human Torch was denied a bank loan. Try again. Cup of coffee.